The best player to never win Worlds, Uzi has long been known as the greatest AD carry that the game has ever seen. From back-to-back World Finals at the start of his career to nearly completing the Golden Road at his peak, how good was Prime Uzi actually? Uzi first entered pro play at the young age of 15 years old, earning him the nickname Puppy. Despite narrowly missing playoffs in 2013 spring, Uzi showed that he could compete with the league's best players, matching Positive Energy's Name and World Elite's Wai Xiao in lane and even outfarming them win or lose. As Kaox mentioned in his interview with Thorin following his behind-the-scenes look at the LPL,
I've actually watched UZI play, like just behind him, and this is the easiest last hitting I've ever seen ever. So I think UZI is very good mechanically. He's like almost always playing like near perfect.
In Star Wars 8 later in May, Uzi would put his mechanics on full display, coming out of the qualifiers with a death-defying highlight where even the observer thought he was already long dead.
皇子跳死他，小狗小狗一技能飞出去了，我们看到他居然还没死，还在逃，但是皇子下一站应该能打死他吧？不过他破败还在不在？我们看看破败已经用掉了，还没追上，要反杀，最后再用个 E， 漂亮！ 小狗这一轮的操作非常的亮。
Uzi was so good that an entire strategy was built and named after him, Raise the Puppy, which revolved around the entire team making sure Uzi had everything he needed to carry the game. So come summer, it wouldn't take long for Uzi and Royal Club to dominate the entire region, winning the Season 3 regional finals and qualifying straight for the World's quarterfinals off the back of its Lulu-empowered Twitch. Then, in just his first series at Worlds, Uzi managed to pull off this insane flank on his signature champion.
He's coming in from the backside. Surprise! Here comes the Vayne. Kill for Wise. Sun's not going to escape this one. They focus down Uzi. Well, look at him. He's still alive. He's still surviving. He stays alive. Ace for Royal Club. What an amazing fight coming out of them. Uzi. God.
After that explosive start, Royal kept running with their Feed the Puppy strategy all the way to the finals as they continued picking supportive champions like Shen, Lulu, and even Kayle just to enable Uzi. And it worked! Until the LPL's first seed met their match in SKT. In the grand finals, Royal Club's bot lane couldn't single-handedly carry the entire team against Faker and SKT. Where Uzi would usually be destroying his lane, Piglet and Pumandu were pushing them in and even taking them down 2v2 when Royal needed him the most.
Barrier being burned there, but now he's putting pressure back on Mandu. Piglet goes aggressive, a little too close on that turret, but fortunately for Tabe. Oh, the snipe from Piglet.
Uzi was outshined, but considering that he had godlike for a top laner and a support that was already on his way to retirement, second place to an up-and-coming Faker wasn't too bad of an ending to Uzi's promising rookie year. But at the start of the next season, Uzi was at a crossroads with Tabe, the only support he wanted to play with, retiring. So, Uzi made the controversial decision to role swap to mid for nearly half of 2014 spring. But as good as he was on AD, he wasn't the same player on mid with an abysmal 25% win rate across 12 games. After narrowly dodging relegation in spring, Royal Club made big moves importing jungle legend Insec, which was enough to get them second place in the regional finals and qualify for Worlds. All the while, Uzi pulled off one of the most iconic near 1v5 pentakills of his career during the season.
Miscommunication by
the
Ace,
bait
and there we go.
Again coming into the mid lanes. The tie gets blown apart. Corrin is gonna tick down from the ignite. He gets taken out, but look at Uzi Eye. He just goes hard in there. Kills off Kitties. He's going in for Kid. He flashes up. He's still alive, but he's gonna go down there. No, he stuns it. He stuns Doe against the wall, and now it's Insect coming in from behind the wall. Doe is in trouble. Insect's gonna dive him out there. Are they overdiving this? Insect might die here to the turret, but look at Kid going all the way.
Penta.
It's up. Wait, is that a pentakill?
But even after qualifying for Worlds, the Starhorn roster was still falling apart at the seams. Just mere days before the tournament, there were rumors that Uzi would not be competing at Worlds. In fact, there were even rumors that there was some sort of confrontation between Uzi and Insec after the Starhorn AD carry force picked Vayne in an official match when their coaching staff had wanted him to play Lucian. Years later, Insec would even go on to say that the Royal Club did not have a single proper scrim in preparation for Worlds. Despite not seeing eye to eye, despite all their challenges, Uzi, Insec, and Starhorn Royal Club still dominated the competition at Worlds.
Get that as well. Insect is actually really low. Flashing from Dyrus going for the kill. Uzi 2-0. And Dyrus goes down. Insect still alive. Uzi looking for more kills. Exhaust will stop that from happening. He knocks him away. No way. 2 comes in. Exhaust is down. Amazing will fall. And that was just simply amazing coming out from Royal Club. There's another one for Kohler as well.
And when it mattered the most, Uzi showed up.
No, they're gonna stop. Good dissonance, but very low mana. Korn and Uzi are actually still trying to chase this. That means Uzi gets caught. He tries to jump in for the kill. That's not gonna be what he wanted. More kills coming up for Uzi. Picks that up onto Cordo. That no dissonance to follow, but they are gonna be able to lock down the quadra kill for Uzi. What aggression!
Most impressive of all, Uzi was turning fights around in crucial Game 5s. First against EDG,
And that they're looking for. Korn still trying. There's the shot for Uzi. He's going for Koro. Blows him away. Gets the kill. Gets the reset. Uzi, is he gonna know? He stays alive here. And now they're gonna keep going. You
just revealed himself to Uzi.
So far as time alone playing in his favor. One more shot and Uzi picks up 3-0-3.
then again versus OMG in the semis,
Killing us in Insect. Meanwhile, is all on his own. But here comes Uzi around the back. The damage is absolutely insane. Double kill for Uzi. Looking like it could be a triple on the card for him. Can they chase down Kohler? Certainly will be able to, but they get it over to Uzi. His 11th kill of this game.
but in the face of one of the best teams in World's history, Samsung White, Royal Club would get exposed once again. Insect's Lee Sin was banned out, and Korn and Cola were at the mercy of Dandy with multiple deaths in the early game.
Oh, this is really bad. He may just be going down on the...
Uzi, on the other hand, still found ways to match the best bot lane of the tournament by a mile in Imp and Mata, even getting early CS leads and isolated 2v2 solo kills.
We'll see whose farm mode matters more. Uzi going in pretty hard here with Zero. They could get the lockdown. Forced to flash. Wait a minute. Imp. The shot. One more. The ignite burns. And so 2 kills. He goes down and across the map.
In their only win against Samsung, he played out of his mind, finding key resets and having near 150 CS up on Imp by the end of the game. Although Royal Club ended up losing back-to-back finals, Uzi was not the one bringing the team down. In truth, he was the main reason how they got that far in the first place. But at that time, China and the LPL were still leagues away from the dynasty of Korea. Even Uzi himself admits it on stream years later. So one can only imagine how far Uzi would have gotten with teammates that, at the least, didn't throw away the game before 15 minutes. As a 17-year-old pro who had already carried his team to the World Finals twice in a row, Uzi was obviously frustrated. So the Mad Dog would hop teams across the next few years, transferring to rival teams and joining promising rosters in the hopes of finally achieving what's always eluded his grasp. While this period of his career was marked by controversy and turmoil while in OMG and the Chaogu Reapers, Uzi was still putting out highlight reels like it was nothing, proving that even after everything, he was still at the top of his game. And when it was time for him to come back home, he was ready to continue where he left off, in RNG. Back at Royal, now called RNG, the team would see a return to their days playing Raise the Puppy with Uzi at the bottom lane. But just as Uzi was their carry, he was the team's Achilles heel as teams shut down RNG by camping bot, like EDG did in the 2016 Summer Finals.
Here goes time catch, Arrow's gonna connect, Mata gets locked down, suddenly everybody's in this bottom lane, Scout comes down, Uzi's gonna be the first to fall, Mako picks up that kill, immediately teleport cancelled by Mouse, and Lupa even uses his ultimate to get back to lane,
So they
one
don't-
pick for EDG.
As League became more and more reliant on team play, an AD carry like Uzi could no longer single-handedly carry an entire team like he was used to. And come Worlds with champions like Jhin, Caitlyn, and Ashe being the most picked in bot, the meta was at a place that didn't completely fit his traditional hyper carry playstyle. So despite narrowly making it to the playoffs, Uzi and RNG would get knocked out early in quarters at the hands of their longtime rivals SKT once again. In 2017, Uzi was in for a wild year with the rise of the Ardent Sensor meta. So surely, the greatest hyper carry in the game's history finally had what he needed to win it all, right? But this time, when it mattered the most, Uzi couldn't be the carry his team so desperately needed. Against WE in spring, he would get caught with his flash up or miss position, unaware of his team around him, ready to lay their lives on the line. While in summer, true to his trademark, hyper-aggressive playstyle, he would get caught walking too far up during the summer finals against EDG. Lastly, in their fated rematch against SKT in the World Semis, again, an ardent Censor-empowered Uzi with entire teams built around him still couldn't beat Faker's tank Galio. While he had his flashes of brilliance, at that point, Uzi was no rookie and was running out of excuses and running out of steam, taking extended month-long breaks due to injuries. In 2018, Uzi would finally get his dues. Even after joining RNG over a month late into the spring season, Uzi didn't miss a beat.
This is the ultimate crucial call down, and the choo-choo trains in the backlines. Everyone's low. Uzi's diving in. Everyone from IG is just gonna get taken down. Triple kill being picked up by Uzi, chasing down the fourth member. Duke's the only one left alive. Penta killed Uzi.
Despite finishing third in the regular season, RNG got it together for playoffs, running through the entire bracket with Uzi as the MVP in the last stretch of the finals. Uzi had finally broken the curse and won his first ever domestic title. And boy, did Uzi deliver.
About the end of it, instead it's going to be bottom lane. Gorilla going in onto Uzi, dropping the ignite, able to find the initiation. Uzi with an expert dodge to get away as Ming gets out as well.
2018 MSI Uzi was the best that we've ever seen the Mad Dog play in his entire career, individually and with his team. Even down Elder Drake, Uzi would confidently flash in to secure fights for RNG, all leading to RNG ending groups in first place after a dominating win against Flash Wolves in the tiebreaker. A win where he was already 2,000 gold ahead in just under 8 minutes. Come playoffs, Uzi would continue RNG's hot streak, nearly sweeping the entire bracket. First with Fnatic, simply playing front to back on an untouchable Caitlyn 3 games in a row. Then against Korea's own Kingzone Dragon X, carrying on his Ezreal that was deathless in their wins and single-handedly had near half of his team's 12,000, 14,000 gold lead. And when it was banned out in Game 4, Kingzone would soon remember why they took away Uzi's Kai'Sa 3 games straight. Even 6,000 gold behind and down a broken bot inhibitor, Uzi still found his way in.
It's already a kill! Kai'Sa is gone! Kingzone lose Gorilla, and it's Uzi that picks him up! The feathers are going back and forth to Xiao, who dies! Uzi is the last man alive, but he's being chased down! Killer flashes into the pit! How is he still alive? Uzi is doing it! Illaoi tentacle and Baron!
And in the next team fight came the impossible comeback that gave Uzi his first international win 5 long years after reaching his first World Finals. All of this was possible, of course, because of how well this roster of RNG played around him, funneling early turret gold, sending 4-man ganks in the entire kitchen sink just to make sure Uzi was in a position to carry. After taking down Team Korea at the Asian Games and then winning the summer playoffs following Uzi's win at MSI, RNG were the undisputed favorites coming into Worlds 2018. Uzi was set to complete the Golden Road, the would-be first in the game's history. But in the greatest upset ever made at Worlds, RNG was knocked out. Regardless of whether the meta shifted towards strong solo lanes, making RNG therefore a much weaker team, Uzi was not at 100% in the series, disrespecting G2 by face-checking, and even falling prey to the Thresh Cheese Lantern block not just once, but twice.
Coming. Uzi gets caught down! The wards on top of the lantern!
Thus, ending perhaps what was arguably Uzi's greatest chance of lifting the Summoner's Cup if they had just showed up on the day of the match. As high as Uzi's peak was in MSI and how consistently well he played from 2013 up until 2018, that Game 5 loss against G2 was the beginning of the end of Uzi's career. The year after, Uzi and RNG would fail to defend their title at MSI, lose to FPX in the summer finals, and then fail to even get out of groups after losing their rematch against Fnatic. Not long after that, Uzi just retired. Even if he didn't have the same longevity of Deft or the range of Bang, Uzi was the most iconic AD hypercarry that gave way to the new wave of pros like Jackie Love, Ruler, or Elk. Despite a failed comeback with BLG and then EDG from 2022 to 2023, he will still be remembered by many as the greatest player to never win Worlds. Held back by his teammates, the meta, his own stubbornness, and even his own health, maybe that's really all Uzi was ever meant to be. And that's okay.
战胜了做这个事，失败总是贯彻人生，不对，应该说遗憾，不能说失败。